It is Brianna here. Sorry it took me a while to get on. I was supposed to do 8 p.m., but Zoom wasn't allowing me to stream, for some reason, stream from Zoom here. So I just did it straight from the group. The only reason I typically don't do that is because this has a wider range. So I got to make sure my room is tidy. This is like our office room, guest room, / preparing for baby room / storeroom. So there's a lot of stuff back there, but you just see the bedspread, so you're good. So happy Wednesday evening. Hope you all are doing well. Again, my name is Brianna Wilkerson. I am the host of this Healthy Body Secrets for Women group as well on Facebook, as well as the founder of Made Well. And I'm a health coach on a mission to support women in ditching dieting, losing weight, and reclaiming their health for good. And many of you know I've been talking about it all week, and I talk about it at least twice a year in my business. And that's why, because this program, the Whole30, has changed my health and my life forever. So much so that I've learned to identify myself with it. Like, people know that's what I am. And I think someone today was doing it and someone else just tagged me in it, not knowing that I was doing this launch. They just know that that's the thing I talk about. You know, the Whole30 was really popular years ago. And this October would be 6 years since I did my first one. So it just shows you it's been around for a while, but many people are still having amazing, amazing results. And so I continue to call it one of my signature programs, because not only do I help women reset their body, find a way of nutrition and eating that works for them, I also support them in creating healthy habits in other areas of physical health throughout the 6 weeks and beyond. So I just want to talk a little bit more about the program, but also kind of reasons why you can't fail. The Whole30 is something people fear often that they're going to fail at. And I'm just going to, I did a post today, but I just want to jump on and say, I want to tell you why you won't fail. And so if you're on with me live, please say hello. I can see there's a few of you on. Just drop your name in the comments. Just let me know you're here. And feel free to ask questions and share things throughout this. Like, this is going to be, hey, 3 reasons why you can't fail the Whole30, but also Q&A. Like, if you have any questions about what the Whole30 is, about what my program is, anything like that, please feel free to let me know. And even if you're watching the replay, let me know that in the comments as well. So what is the Whole30? I will kind of keep framing it and talking about it till people understand what it is. And it's so funny, because I tell people we want to ditch dieting, but this is a diet. But I think what's different about the Whole30 is that the purpose of this is not necessarily just to help you lose weight. The purpose of this is not just to help you do X, Y, and Z. It's really to help empower you to know how certain foods impact your unique body, so that after the 30 days, you're better able to create your own customized ways of eating that suits your body. And that is why I have a preparation week in my program. That's why I have a reintroduction week. We're going to prepare well, but we're also going to reintroduce well, so you are better equipped and empowered to know your unique body. Like, how you eat maybe after your Whole30 may be different than how I eat. And so I just don't think we need to be legalist here, but it is a set way of eating for a short amount of time to really empower you and give you some good information about you and your body. So there's about 6 different resets, and I did a post about this. I'm actually going to link it here earlier yesterday on the 6 different resets that they have kind of come up with over the years. There's the full Whole30, which you're going to get the most benefits from, but you are taking away a little bit more food. Hey, Claudia, great to see you. Great to have you on. Just talking a little bit about the Whole30 and why you won't fail. No one will fail while they do it. And that is where you're eliminating all grains, gluten and non-gluten, dairy, legumes, peas, which is like peas, even peanuts is a legume actually. You're eliminating sugar, you're eliminating preservatives, you're eliminating alcohol. And what are you adding back in? You're adding back in a lot of good, nutritious food that is going to satisfy you, that's going to reset your cravings, what we call the sugar dragon, that's going to help you reduce your inflammation, that could help you with your arthritis, that could help you with your depression, that could help you lose weight, and it can help you have more energy again. And there are countless benefits to the Whole30 and to the full. But over time, there have been people who maybe have to do a little bit stricter in what we call this autoimmune protocol, where some people have different conditions that Autoimmune means like your immune system is attacking itself because it's starting to see things as foreign that actually isn't. And so you need to reset it. There are certain things that cause that irritation, such as nuts or such as peppers and so forth. So that's the autoimmune. That's kind of the second one. Then the third one is kind of like the energy one. And I think this one, I can't, let me pull it up, but I believe you're definitely eliminating caffeine as well, because a lot of people, myself in the past included, used to derive a lot of energy, not from sleep, excuse me, or nutritious food, but from caffeine, right? And it's nothing wrong with getting a little stimulant here and there. But when you are solely reliant on caffeine as your main source of energy, it can just be really problematic in the body. I'm linking in right now the six types we're talking about. The post that I did in the group. 6 types of Whole30 resets. And so you eliminate, again, the caffeine, you're eliminating all the rest of the things, artificial sweeteners, sweets, treats, baked goods. Then there's craving busters. So if you're really struggling with cravings and textures, you're actually going to eliminate some even more stuff, nuts, seeds, and dried fruit. Because come on, let's be honest, raisins, you can eat a whole pack of raisins, but it's hard to eat a whole pack of grapes. So because of the texture, because how sweet it is, how potent it is, right? But, you know, if you're, the fifth one is if you're vegan, it's actually, I don't eat meat or anything like that, you have to actually include grains. That's where you're going to get some more calories from. That's where you're going to get some more nutrition from. But you're going to do non-gluten grains. Gluten is the main thing that we're trying to eliminate during the 6 weeks or during the 30 days, because of its ability to cause a lot of gut irritation, cause what we call a leaky gut, inflammation, and so much more. Gluten has just caused a lot of different stuff. And tomorrow, actually, I'm going to talk more about why we're eliminating certain foods. So definitely stay tuned in the group. Then the basic is the one some people just start here, which is like, gluten, grains, dairy, or alcohol. And you're limiting added sugar, artificial sweetener, processed foods. So there's different ranges to do this, right? And so it depends on where you're at and what you most need. But regardless of which of the 6 you pick, you probably may still feel like there is no way that I can do this for 30 days. There's no way that I can have the self-control, or there's no way that like I'm going to know everything that's in my food. There's no way that like I'm going to be able to go to this birthday party and bring what I wanted to eat, but then resist temptation. Like, let me tell you, the main reason why I do this program with people is because I thought the same thing. I thought that there was no possibility of me ever actually successfully doing the Whole30. Now, mind you, none of my Whole30s were ever perfect. There were sometimes things were there in there that I didn't realize. Sometimes I went to someone's from Guyana's home and they made roti, which is like a cultural dish, and I wasn't going to be rude in going into their home and not eat it, right? But what I'm trying to say, like I was able still to resist those times that I was craving things and resist it. And you can too. And even if you don't, that does not mean you've failed. And so then let's talk a little bit about the 3 reasons why you can't feel the Whole30. Remember, the Whole30 is a portion of this program. It's the main part. We're really trying to look at the nutrition, the foundation of taking care of ourselves, but we'll look at little other things such as exercise, stress management, and so forth. The first reason is simply how can I say this? The first thing is that literally you making the decision to do the Whole30 and even changing 1 or 2 or 3 things for however long you did it is better than if you didn't do it. I think we operate in an all or nothing society where we think, and this is the problem when it comes to healthy eating or dieting or anything like that, we're either all in or not, and we do not celebrate or do not take note of the things where we're actually just deciding, no, I'm going to do this, even if it's one small step at a time, and realize that we are much better off because we chose to make that one small step than if we did not. So if you come to day 15 and you accidentally eat something or intentionally eat something, what you had a whole 2 weeks of doing well, and just keep going again, So I think that is the power of making a decision to care for your body in the way you actually know you need. Is that you are saying yes to more days and more choices that were healthy and serving you than saying yes to the choices that weren't. And that is worth celebrating. And I know, like, if you're technically going to go with a technical Whole30 rules, they'll say you have to start again. There's none of that. But listen, that's not my story. What made me successful personally, and all my clients that have worked with me actually, in overcoming years of struggle when it comes to weight, eating, all the above, was realizing this, that each step I took was, this is the second point actually, I guess they go together. Each step I took was worth celebrating. So one, I was doing better than I would have if I didn't decide to say do it, so that made me successful. And two, each small change made it, and it made it worth celebrating. It took me a year and a half to get to a weight that I felt really good and my body felt good at. But let me tell you, I didn't care, because I actually, each step I took joy in. I celebrated myself. I patted myself on the back and saying, Brianna, you never thought you were going to get out of this hole, but you were out of it. You were out of it. And even now, every time that, like, I know I'm pregnant, so I know that I'm just like eating differently, all these sort of things. Every time that my mind starts to tempt me to think, you're just going to go back to who you used to be, all this sort of stuff, I like take a step back and I'm like, no, I'm different. I'm empowered. And I'm in control. So food has no control over me. And even now, I'm eating more bread than I probably have in years, because that's the only thing that makes me, help me not feel nauseous. And that doesn't mean that I'm not still whole30, still not a huge part of me. That does not mean that not after I have a baby and feel good again, I won't do one. I am different because of this, because I realized that saying yes was way much more, like, I already was successful because I said yes. And then the second thing was that each small change was worth celebrating. So if you even do those two things, make one small change and you celebrate it during these 6 weeks, you're better off than if you decide not to do it. Okay? So often, price is not necessarily always the issue when it comes to anything in our health, because we'll spend tons of money on other things. I think it's realizing that when we are actually able, like, we are, we need to be confident in ourselves that we can actually make a difference. Even if we stumbled before, we'll keep stumbling because that's life. But no, you are actually stronger and more successful than you think you are. And so none of that stuff around, nope, none of that stuff that you're going to fail. And then the third thing is, so the first was like, you're already one step ahead. Like, you're already successful because you said yes and made the decision to move forward. 2, each step is worth celebrating, and you're going to make a lot of small steps on this program. And then 3, you're going to get tons of encouragement and support. I give, like, this is one of the programs that, especially in a group setting, I give like all myself to. Because not only will you get trainings and videos and resources and recipes, you're going to get an almost weekly coaching session where we're going to walk through your barriers, your blocks, you celebrate all your wins together as a group. And also, you're going to start to get, you're just going to build your confidence, because there's a Facebook group, there's coaching calls, there's tons of avenues of support. That's the word I'm looking for. You don't have to use them all. But there's no way that I'm going to let you fall. There's no way, because I believe in you. I believe in this program. And so I'm going to be there every step of the way. But actually, it's your decision. Just like it's your decision for any of these things, your decision to make the choice to take care of your body or not. It is your decision how much work you put in. The only time you're going to fail the whole30 is if you decide, 1, not to do it, and then 2, give up. And I don't want you to give up, and I'm going to try not to let you give up, but you're a grown woman, so you might want to. And I just think you just need to know that it's like, that's all I want. Giving up is not an option. Don't give up. Just keep going. Just keep trying. And if you keep going or trying, that means you were successful. That means you didn't fail. Okay? So the 3 reasons are: 1, you saying yes to actually even doing a whole30 is a success in itself, because you're going to be better off than if you just said no. 2, because you will celebrate each step you make, because I'm going to celebrate each step you make. And celebration and gratitude helps you move forward. When you're focusing on what you haven't done versus what you have done, it holds you back. So we're going to focus on what you have done. And 3, you're going to get tons of encouragement and tons of support along the way. And I'm going to be there for you. All you got to do is choose and say yes. Okay? So if you are like been wanting to do this and know it's time, I challenge you actually to sign up, because I think that is the first step. Like, you've already succeeded signing up. You've already made it further than if you didn't sign up, but because you chose to say yes. And so the early bird price is $100 off until Friday. And then there's a bonus meal planning session, because I really want you to be successful. And I find that just knowing what you're going to eat and having that, being powered that way really helps you make a better decision throughout the week and throughout the days and throughout the 6 weeks. And so I'm going to have a special meal planning session before we kick off to really guide women through that. That's going to be next Thursday. So if you are ready, actually, you're probably ready. So why are you waiting? Just join us. I would love to join us. And if you have any questions, anything holding you back, any worries, any concerns, just let me know here. I will answer them. I will address them for you, because I don't want fear to hold you back. I don't want fear of failure. I don't want fear of anything else, shame or anything like that to hold you back. Okay, so join us. If you have any questions, you can just let me know below, or go to madewell345.com/whole30 made easy, and that's where you can, if you want to read up more about it, that's where you can see some testimonials, but that's also where you can just join up. There's 2 payment options. You can pay in full, which is cheaper, or do 2 payments, and that's all listed there with all the links there. So that's it. Any questions from anyone? I'm just going to wait a couple seconds, and then you can join them. Ooh, I can. Whoa, I didn't know I could do that. My bad. Just seeing all the fun things that you can do on Facebook Live. Yeah, any questions from anyone? And even if you're watching the replay and you have any questions or comments, you can feel free, and I will address them as they come along. No? Okay, well, that's it for me. I will be back tomorrow probably with another video talking a little bit more about this, but I'm just going to challenge you to say yes to yourself. And it's not about me, it's about you. Saying yes to yourself, your body, your nutrition, your health this year, right now. So let me know if you have questions, and I hope to see you in the program. Okay.